disclaimer, okay?
Sure.
All right, so go ahead.
Okay, so for anti-zoom shoulders and so forth, what I'd like you to learn to do is to take your fingers right here and just push your chin back. When we are on Zoom, on telephone, on our desk, on our sewing machines, at our computers, we tend to put our head down. And so our head weighs a lot. And every inch our head goes down, it's like a 10-pound weight. So take this and push your chin back. Then take your hands up and out. Let's see, can you see? I'm out. I want you to rotate your hands with your thumbs turned around as much as possible. Okay, so you can feel that across your shoulders. Yes, very good, Sally. Okay, so your hands are up and out. Now you're squeezing your shoulder blades gently. Okay, breathe in, 2 breaths. Hold and exhale. Breathe in, hold and exhale. That's an exercise to do several times. You may drop your hands now, unless it feels comfortable and wonderful to be up there, because it does, because you got a good stretch. The other thing is to turn your head all the way as far as you go to the whatever side you want, and look down then towards your armpit. So you'll be stretching this muscle right there. Looking down, breathe in, and exhale. Okay, you'll do the same thing on the other side. Turn to the other side all the way that you can, and then look at your armpit and feel the stretch, and breathe in, drop your shoulders, and exhale. And hold that stretch. And you do that on the other side. Once again, rotating back to the other side. All the way. Look down at your armpit. Feel the stretch. Breathe into it. Drop your shoulders. Okay. A wall exercise is, we did this probably when we were in gym as young women, is to stand against the wall, put your shoulders back, your back, but then put your head back of your head against the wall. And you're going to find that if we have forward head motion, then it'll be a challenge to do that. And hold that and breathe in. And you could feel that right in the center of the back. Put your head not up, but straight. Bring and tuck your chin. It's interesting, we think we're tucking our chin, but when we take our fingers and push back, we realize that it can go a little more. Okay. So I taught you to hold your hands up and rotate them out like this. I need to have a full screen. So there's one called the W. So you hold your hands up like a W, squeeze your back, bring your hands down, you're flat, bring your hands down like a T, squeeze your back, head up, shoulders back, shoulders down, thumbs pointing to the back. Stretch, hold, breathe in, strengthen those back muscles. Okay. finally,
Stand up and show us what you mean by the T. I think what you're saying is to put them out sideways like this with the palms up.
that's right.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
All right,
Palms
just
up
making
like
sure.
that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Finally. Oh, I just lost it with the ring. It'll come back to me.
So while you're thinking, I'm just going to go ahead and say welcome to everybody, and I'll let you get that thought back. Welcome all. This is Alchemy of Healing. You're joining us tonight with Nikki Larsen, who is she's already shared some amazing tips, and you're going to hear more tonight on when we've had the EFT. I don't know if you guys had a chance. You can listen. Well, I'll tell you how to get some replays later, but we had an EFT session with Scott Fox, and he helped a lot. And Nikki is a master at EFT, but it's always nice to have another tool in your back pocket. So she is going to share some tips that she knows with Eden Energy Medicine, which is a phenomenal healing technique. And you've already just experienced some of them. As you know, I am not a doctor, and Nikki is not a doctor. We don't diagnose. We can recommend things that have worked for us or things that have worked for many others. And but it's up to you to decide if that's what you want to choose to do for yourself. So I really want to thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have Nikki with us tonight. She has so many attributes. She has been a businesswoman most of your life, right, Nikki? I mean,
Yes.
she's run a bookstore, a successful bookstore, and now she has taken what she's learned in that and how to survive as in the business world and still have her feminine power. So she's really quite a powerful human being. So Nikki, I'm so glad you can join us tonight, and thank you for sharing, and we're ready to hear more.
Oh,
What else
thank you
do you
for
have
having
for
me.
us?
Thank you, thank you for having me. This has been just exciting to do. My last tip for the anti-Zoom back and neck is to stand in a doorway and hold your arms against the doorway and then stretch forward and stretch these muscles across the front. Because as we work down right here, they constrict. And so we may want to stand up while we can, but until this is stretched out, it'll pull us back down. So that is, those are my tips for Zoom.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
All right. I'm just delighted to be here. And what I'm presenting is when tapping doesn't work. And we know that tapping is very effective, but sometimes we can get down to a 0 and it's just not working. So 53% of adults in the US say that their mental health has worsened because of the COVID stress and worry. Do you identify with that at all? Does that sound familiar, that maybe we're not sleeping as well, and maybe we're just a titch cranky and the relationships are struggling? So I've worked with Donna Eden's material, and Sally asked me to do a presentation with her material. So when energy doesn't work, so why energy medicine? Energy medicine. Energy is your life force. It animates every muscle, cell, and molecule in your body. Energy medicine ministers to that force when your energies are flowing and in balance. You are healthy and feel good. You feel enthusiastic and excited about life. And when your energies are blocked and not in harmony, you feel tired and are vulnerable to depression and all kinds of illnesses. Energy medicine gives you the tools to stay happy, healthy, and vital. So what we're doing tonight is is going over why. Well, it's practical, it's safe, it's affordable, and it can help you stay healthy and thrive in your world. I'm going fast. And thrive in your very fast-paced world. I want to teach you how to do the crossover. This is when we get really, really confused. If you notice that Donna has her hand across her knee, and you can even pat your knee across, and then you're going to reverse it and go the other direction around. Can you see my cursor?
Yes.
Okay, good, good. Now, homolateral crossover, that helps to get rid of other people's negative. When you're picked up from the central nervous system is like a zipper up the front, and this is what it looks like. No, it's not. My slides are out of order.
Is one on?
Let me get there. Okay.
Okay.
Central and governing meridians connect up the front, and the governing meridian comes up the back. So central's up the front, governing's up the back. The two meridians meet at the back of our throat. And so balancing these increases our coordination and stabilizes our energies. This is called the Wayne Cook posture. Now there's a step right here that I couldn't find a picture for, so I'm trying to do this with pictures. So as you notice, she's got her hand over her ankle and her other hand is around her foot. And what this is doing is it's balancing the body's energy. One of the reasons why tapping isn't going to work, because when we are out of homolateral and we're in homeostasis, we aren't going to be able to have our bodies accept the messages.
What
So
messages?
after that, pardon me?
What messages? Like talking to itself?
The messages from tapping.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So we're kind of an anti-tapping tonight, trying to do beyond tapping. So we're taking this to a deeper level. So if you notice that she's got her crossover here, but now right here with the picture that I could not find, you put your hands like a teepee and you put them right here on the top of the eyebrow, and you hold that and you breathe in and you exhale and you breathe in and you exhale. And then you take your fingertips and put them on your forehead and you're going to pull across. Now, why would we be doing that? Because it literally expands and makes room for energy. And then you move up and you can go to the top and move up and to the crown and move up and to the back and move forward. And you're literally making room in the brain. So when there is, when our brains are really crowded, and they can be with today's active world and mega electronics and media, you need to take time and clear space for us. So it can help with being overwhelmed and hysterical. It helps in when you not get clarity on a situation and you can't concentrate, or if you must confront someone or someone's going to confront you, it helps you to stay calm and bring order to your thinking. I use this one all the time. This is called the zip up. And this is really important when you're in an environment where there is negativity, where there is confrontation, where there is people who are saying things that can hurt your feelings, or you allow it to irritate you. So what you're doing, if you notice, you put your hands here at the pubic bone, and this is the front meridian, the central meridian. This goes this way. So you can slowly take your hands up. And then you're going to just bring them up right underneath your nose. And with my daughter, I say, okay, and now we're going to lock it. And she just giggles over that. But then you take your hands out like Donna's got them, and you're throwing them out to the universe, kind of. And then you bring them back down in a big circle and back to your groin area. Do this 3 times. So if you imagine that right here in the middle of you, good. Okay, one more time, Sally.
I'm going to do it. I hope everybody's doing this. We might as well while we're.
Yeah.
Hey guys, put stuff in the chat if you want to share anything. Love to talk about it. But wasn't that great? Wow.
This one is very, very, very helpful because when you're feeling sad or vulnerable, then your whole system is open. And we can absorb somebody else's negative energy and can be picked up by the central nervous system. And so that's why it's called a zip up, because you zip it up from the pubic bone up to your lower lip. And before you're going to do this, you're going to start and tap on your K27 right there to ensure that the meridians are moving in a forward motion. And you're going to breathe. Pull your hands back down to the pubic, breathe in, lock it, and out. And enjoy that feeling. I know that when I'm working with my husband and we're in a very high pressured situation with the psychotherapy in the office, and I'm trying to do the stuff and get ready for him, and he's pressured and I'm pressured, and he turns around and says something very innocently, and I go, I just zip me up right there. And he laughs. He says, really? Really? Okay, as you see, you can bring your hands up past your lip and up to the sky, connecting with the central meridian to your aura. And then extend your arms outward to release the breath and extend palms down to the pubic bone. Repeat this 3 times. And this is some great stuff to do in the morning as you get ready to go out into the, if you're able to go out in the world, or if you need to interact with your family in the house. Now, this temporal tap is where I want to spend some time with. This is not very well known, and it's really, really critical. It's very helpful to notice that you're tapping from in front of your earlobe, not at the low, but up at the top, and you're tapping around, and you're tapping no more than a ½ inch around. So there's a reason for this. Now, the temporal tap deals with very deep-seated memories. And it works with your hypothalamus, which is the part of you that sets your habits, even from a very young age, like the pre-8-year-olds and the pre-3-year-olds, where we've got habits that are been established, or belief systems that's been established. So tapping around the ear stimulates that triple warmer meridian, which governs the whole body. Now, let's learn how to do this first. First of all, the left side of your brain is very logical. It's critical. It's skeptical. It's the part of you that says, nah, you think you're going to do this? I don't think so. It's not going to work. And the right side is receptive and positive and your biggest cheerleader. So you're tapping your positive statements on the right side. You aren't going to tap in and retain the negative. What you're doing is communicating with that left hemisphere. So when you're creating your negative statements, you're going to use no, not, don't, never, those kinds of things. And when you're doing the right, it's going to be real time, right now, present time. So the sample statements are left side. I no longer get stressed. You're going to start here at the beginning of your top of your ear, and you tap around it. I no longer get stressed under pressure. And you go all the way down to right here, the base. I no longer get stressed under pressure. I no longer get stressed under pressure. Wouldn't that be nice? On
So
the right side.
your hand, so you go down to like the right where your jaw, almost even with your jawbone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So the right side, under pressure, I stay calm and centered.
Under pressure.
I stay calm and centered. I stay calm and centered. Now, I have some suggestions of wording here, but I want to give some directions. First of all, make sure that you have a very positive picture in your mind. If you're going to picture anything, what I'd like you to do is concentrate on the words. And the story is that Donna had a class that she was doing for weight loss. And all of the students lost weight except for one who gained 15 or 19 pounds, something like that. And she was doing exactly and saying exactly the same things as the other students. And Donna literally drove out to her house to find out what's going on. So she did all of her techniques and so forth. In conversation, she found out that this particular person was an immigrant, and whose first language was not English, but it was Russian. And so she said, I want you to speak these sentences in your native language. Now, remember, this native language goes back to early childhood. And that's the governing part of this is our emotions and our actions and our thoughts and our feelings all come and start in our very early childhood. So this person did. And by the end of the class, along with the other students, they had lost not only the weight they gained, but additional pounds as well. So, so if you're a first language other than English person, say this in your native language. Another story is the reason why you want to make sure what you're thinking about is because one of the students, when they were doing the weight loss, she was always thinking about her fat Slavic aunt. And so she was tapping in the picture of her aunt who has a Slavic hefty body. And so that wasn't working for her. And so Donna realized that our pictures need to be exactly what the end results that we want. So making sure that we are thinking about our slim, trim, and whatever, if we're doing for a weight loss. But okay, so other languages are, I don't eat from anxiety or compulsion. Okay, I eat for health and fitness. I eat for health and fitness. Now I'm going to try this because I'm going to be very transparent here. In preparing for this presentation, and this is the first time I've done slides, and it's the first time I created slides, I had my little popcorn bowl over here, and it got filled 2 or 3 times. Even though I don't need to eat this popcorn. I need this one. Oh yeah, I do. And the other one, I never worry about money on the left side. Notice it's got a negative, but you turn it to the positive. I always have more than enough money to be happy. So try those sample statements again. I don't like chocolate. Oh yeah, I don't like chocolate. I'm happy and feel that I've eaten enough already. So it's present time in right here and right now. I'm not hungry and I feel full and satisfied, and I'm no longer craving. This example was cigarettes. For my husband, it would be cinnamon toast and milk, graham crackers and milk. So I'm not craving something at night. So I'm going to pass through this And I've got, all right, where do my slides go? I guess I did it. Are there any questions?
Everybody come on, feel free to pipe in. Anybody have any questions? How would you use your the temporal tapping? Has anybody ever heard of this kind of work before? Well, I find this very fascinating. I have done some work with this as well, and it's always amazing learning or reminding myself of some of the tips because they're so simple, you know,
They really
and
are. Mhm.
and so easy to add in. So how long have you been studying how 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 long or how have you used these tools?
I was introduced to Donna Eden in in the early 80s, and I thought my sister introduced me to her, and I thought, kind of like, oh yeah, this wild hair lady that giggles, and her enthusiasm is like really, really. I was a bookstore lady, and I was just absolutely focused on everything that had to do with bottom line and getting the books ordered and stocked and etc. And so my sister says, okay, whatever. And I kind of had to get past the wild woman look
Mhm.
to and then here. And so then as I began to study the energy medicine and the emotional healing, and I just started eating and drinking everything that she did, and I've got all of her books, and I've got and I used it with my clients as well. I I laid one of my clients on my dining table. I had a quilt on the dining table, and I laid her there and balanced her chakras. And it was interesting to 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 see the change that was in her, and she was thrilled. And she comes back to me frequently. In fact, she's got a call in now and says, "Can I come see you?" And we're trying to mesh our appointments. And I teach just about 90% of my clientele how to zip up.
Mhm.
It's just critical that they protect themselves, and it can be done so quietly. It doesn't, there's times I don't do it up and over. All I can do is this
Mhm.
because of where I'm at and the audience that I'm in. So I can just,
Right.
people don't know what I'm doing. And
Yeah, because many of us do pick up energy from other people, and we don't even realize that's how what's draining us because we're carrying all that stuff around and it's not even ours. So when we are protected from other people's stuff, I call it OPE, other people's energy. Um, it really it's uplifting for sure. So that's really helpful. So if I'm not mistaken, Donna Eden actually came across this because she was extremely ill.
oh yes, yes,
What
her
did she have?
story is pretty incredible.
Was it lupus or was some kind of autoimmune thing?
Multiple. Mhm.
Sclerosis. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And she
And
healed herself of that. And she had a heart attack at age 27.
hmm.
And, um,
And
and she had several doctors who diagnosed her and said, you're not going to live, you're not going to live through this.
yeah.
And she has an extraordinary talent of being able to see energy. And I remember I was in church, I was in my 20s, and somebody I admired was giving a talk, and I could see her aura. It was just around her. And it was my first experience of being able to see energetic light. And wow,
Yeah.
that was pretty wonderful.
Yeah, so, that is, and that's fantastic that you can do that, because that is where, in my opinion, that's where disease starts, when our auras get
Yes.
kind of jinky. So I just want to reiterate here, pretty much whatever, if this resonates with a listener, it would be definitely worthwhile getting in touch with Nikki and asking and chatting about, what, if I may offer offer this, Nikki, find out if she can help you. Or if you know somebody who has something that they've tried everything and you feel like this might be a good fit for them. Everything is different, and that is why you're here tonight, to learn about some of the things that are out there, actually experience them, so you can know for yourself if something's a good fit for you.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not mistaken, I overstepped, I believe, but you had something that you did want to share with the audience as well, wasn't there?
I have I've just decided, I'm working with my coach. I'm going to create a Control Your Emotions Mastermind, and it will meet twice a month. And by the time the year's gone by, we will have addressed 24 kinds of emotions. And in that, you'll have skills and ability to diffuse or get rid of those emotions. And I will be teaching that on the first and third Fridays of the month at 1:00 Pacific time and 4:00 Eastern time. And this will be giving you healing at your fingertips that you can use for a lifetime, and it would be $97 per month for the founding members.
Wow.
So it's, I can see my slides are, oh, interesting. Okay.
It's perfect. It's perfect. And how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah. So if you go to a couple of places, you go to strongandserene.com, and you can pick a free ebook for the 4 steps of emotional wisdom. And where's that's the stuff I was going to teach. There we go. Okay. At strongandserene.com, you can find my email is Nikki at NikkiLarsen.com. And my phone number was there.
It's still there.
I don't see it.
Okay.
Okay.
907. Is that what I saw?
209-602-8213. There we go. What's the bottom? I can't see it on this screen. Okay. Nikki at Nikki Larsen, 209-602-8213. And there's a special running if you want to have some sessions. So you could have an opportunity to pick up and save some money and be able to experience some emotional, energetic healing if you've got some wounds, some habits that you don't care to continue on with, or if you've got some memories that are causing you some pain, if you're not sleeping at night and they constantly come back to you, or if you've got some behaviors of the day that are making you go eat, driving you to eat, encouraging you to say and do things that maybe with a calmer mind you might not do. So those are my offers, and I'd be happy. So the results are, if that's all you get is to have some relief, wouldn't it be worth it to be able to breathe and know that you can resist eating, resist a habit, resist, be able to enjoy yourself in the moment. So contact me and I would love to have a conversation. If nothing else, let's just chat.
I think you're a good chatter. So thank you, Nikki. That's awesome. That's fantastic. And the ebook, 4 Steps to Emotional Wisdom. That's fantastic. So I don't see any questions in the chat, but a raise of hands if Nikki's available to hang out for a little bit longer. Would you like her to share some of, since you've got the slides already prepared, would you be able and interested in sharing some more of the information that you were going to talk about anyway?
Yes, I've lost my slides. They're somewhere.
They're in there. You can do it.
Okay. I just don't know where my pictures are, but sure. Yeah. So, Miss Melissa, would you like to stay and have a conversation and learn a bit more?
Yep, and we've got Heather here.
And Heather?
Yep.
Okay. And Heather who?
I don't know.
Oh,
He's,
okay.
he's
Heather,
incognito, and that's just fine.
all
So
right.
yeah, go ahead. Just click like your forward button or your backwards button. I'm not sure which way you want to go. Down on your lower right hand side, you know, you've got those arrows, home and end. On your keyboard in the lower right hand side. There you go.
Well, this was one of the things I had prepared, was the shoulder squeeze for Zoom relief. I mean, it's kind of scattered around because I wanted to do a lot. And oh, Heather. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay. Sorry. So we have developed forward head motion, and you can see how the forward head right there, this is where you're squeezing your shoulder blades. Now, one of the other things you can do is get a chair that's lower than this, so that as you lean back over the chair, you're stretching right there at that thoracic backbone area. And opening up this chest right here. But it's also stretching these muscles right here. And as I showed earlier, with your hands down, and notice your thumbs are pointing backwards. The more that we spend on Zoom, or even just at our desk doing whatever, giving ourselves, just project ourselves 10, 20, 30 years in advance. If we're hunched over our life, what are we going to look like when we're older? It's scary. So, you know, obviously this is the correct position, but this is often where we're at. We've got our hips forward, which pooches our belly, which bends our neck, which brings our head forward.
Yeah, that way has my tailbone getting sore by the end of the day.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Now, also what's happening is that this hip forward is translating into walking and standing. So as you're at the kitchen counter, check your posture. Where are your hips? Are they forward, or are they tucked under your back? So a tuck butt expression is to pull your buttocks in, pull your belly back, square your shoulders, upright your head. And we just really have to protect ourselves against this old age look. We're going to be looking much older than what we really are.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
What do they say? Even standing up straight. I think Pilates taught me that you look 10 pounds lighter or 5 pounds lighter just with pulling yourself up. So good posture makes a huge difference, not only in physicality, but in aesthetics.
Yes. Let me see if I had wonderful pictures and I don't know where they've all gone. There we go. Nope, 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 nope.
Thank you for your flexibility with this, Nikki.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Did a lot of research because I needed it.
Mhm.
And so do you have questions, folks? What's your life like sitting at your desk?
I think we've just got people who are like, I have had enough today of interaction maybe, and they just want to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Nikki. Is there anything else that you wanted to share or talk about before we can wind up early tonight? And that is great.
We'll all be happy with that. But I just want folks to know how important it is that we're in charge of our bodies. We're in charge of our minds. We're in charge of our emotions, regardless of what's going on around us in this world. And for us to be able to have the skills, the ability to handle ourselves in the moment is a gift to ourselves and a gift to others. And it helps others to feel comfortable and safe around us as well. So as we are safe with ourselves, it emanates out and about.
That's
So
true.
I wish you a happy day, a safe day, and be happy and healthy and think of all the wonderful things that you have as a gift to the world. Thank you.
Oh, Nikki, what a great way to wind up. Yes, you are a gift to the world. That is
Well,
true. Thank you
thank
for
you, my
that.
friend.
Thank you for that. This replay will be out by tomorrow, so expect it in your inbox. And if you have any questions of me, I'm here for you to answer any questions. Just reach out via email at sally@yourblissfuljourney.com, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. So thank you all for showing up. Thank you for those who are listening to the replay. Much appreciated. Share this with your friends. I think we could all use some energy balancing energy medicine. So thank you so much, Nikki. And that's a wrap.
Okay, that's a wrap.
Have a
Thank you.
great night.
Bye.
Bye now.